Gavin Gu here from Ultimate Reloader for Frankfurt Arsenal. In this video, I'm going to show you how to adjust primer seating depth on the X10. In our initial setup video, we already installed the appropriate priming pin. The X10 comes with both large and small priming pins. We're loading 308 Winchester in this particular case, so we've got the large pin installed. Now it's time to rough dial in the height setting for the pin. And in order to do that, we're going to crack the lock nut and then lower the tool head. We're going to use a wrench to loosen the pin. I've got it a little bit low here until we see it come up flush with the bottom support surface of the shell plate where the case rim sits in the shell plate. Now that we've set the initial vertical position of the priming pin, we're going to prime a single case. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a single primer, insert it into the tube. We're going to index the press once, and then insert the case just ahead of the priming station. Now, when we cycle the press, it should be in position to prime in that station. We can take it out in the following station. It looks like we've got a good initial baseline on our primer depth adjustment, but it's not quite deep enough. You know your primer isn't set deep enough if you set it on the table and you see wobble like that. This is about where we want to be. We've primed close to the depth we need, but not quite enough. So I've cracked the lock nut. I'm going to loosen direction, adjust the rod, and then send it through one more time. We can do partial index, complete index, and then see where we're at now. That actually looks better. Let's give it our test here. We're going to give it just a little bit more. Counterclockwise. Run it through one more time. And see if we like how that feels. That is definitely below the surface. We're good to go. One super important note about running cases through the priming station after the primer has been initially seated is that you do not want to fully cycle the press in this waging station. That will impact the primer and possibly detonate the primer. You can fully cycle the press once the case is into the priming station and then remove it from the station after the priming station. Just be aware of that when you're setting up the priming system on the X10. That's about all there is to it. For the rest of the setup videos, go to frankfurtarsenal.com.